Have you ever met someone who's off the charts smart, acing every test, quoting textbooks like they wrote them, yet somehow, they can't hold a normal conversation without insulting someone or making it awkward? We grow up believing intelligence is all about IQ, those neat little numbers that supposedly measure how smart we are. But here's the thing, life doesn't work like a math problem. You can't just calculate every situation, especially when other people are involved. That's where new forms of intelligence come in. EQ, emotional intelligence, CQ, cultural intelligence, and even AI, artificial intelligence. So, are we really redefining what it means to be smart, or are we just complicating things? Picture this. You're in a meeting at work, and the smartest person in the room is droning on about complex algorithms, throwing big words around like confetti. Everyone's impressed, for about 5 minutes. Then you notice half the team is dozing off, and the other half is checking their phones. Meanwhile, a quieter colleague, someone who rarely speaks, steps in and starts asking questions that bring clarity, that connect with everyone's concerns, that address the actual problem. Suddenly the meeting lights up, people engage, solutions form. Who's the real genius here, the big brain talker, or the quiet problem solver who actually moves the team forward? That scenario captures a shift in how we understand intelligence. Traditional IQ measures logic, memory, and problem-solving ability. Sure, it's useful, but life isn't a multiple-choice test. You can't solve a friendship crisis or a cultural misunderstanding by using the Pythagorean theorem. That's where EQ comes in. Emotional intelligence is about understanding your emotions, recognizing emotions in others, and managing relationships effectively. It's the difference between giving a robotic, "I'm sorry you feel that way," and genuinely comforting someone who's upset. And guess what? Studies show that people with high EQ often outperform those with high IQ in team-based environments. They communicate better, handle stress more gracefully, and adapt to changes in mood or atmosphere. Picture the difference between an IQ-only leader who just barks orders versus an EQ-savvy leader who senses the team's morale and adjusts their approach. One might get short-term results, but the other creates loyalty, harmony, and sustainable success. Then there's CQ, cultural intelligence. Have you ever traveled abroad and found yourself completely lost, not just in language, but in social cues, customs, and unspoken rules? Or maybe you've worked in a multicultural team and realized that what's polite in one culture might be rude in another. Cultural intelligence is the ability to function effectively across different cultural contexts. It's not just about memorizing do's and don'ts, it's about genuinely understanding perspectives shaped by different backgrounds. Think of someone with high IQ and high EQ but zero CQ. They might be a fantastic communicator in their home environment, but drop them in a foreign country and they could offend half the room without even realizing it. CQ is about curiosity, respect, and adaptability. It's about recognizing that your normal might be someone else's strange. In a world where remote work and global collaboration are the new normal, cultural intelligence isn't just a nice bonus, it's essential. So we've got IQ, EQ, and CQ. Now let's throw AI into the mix because why not? AI isn't a human intelligence, but it's becoming increasingly influential in our daily lives. From your smartphone's autocorrect to complex algorithms that decide what ads you see or what job listings pop up, AI shapes a lot of our experiences, but is AI intelligent in the human sense? Picture a chess grandmaster going up against a supercomputer. We've seen this play out. Machines can beat even the best human chess players. But if you ask that same supercomputer how you should handle a friend who's feeling depressed, it wouldn't know what to do unless someone programmed it to respond with some generic mental health advice. AI can process massive amounts of data and execute tasks with lightning speed, but it lacks empathy, creativity, and moral judgment, at least in the human sense. It doesn't truly feel or understand context, it just follows code. So are we redefining intelligence by looking at EQ, CQ, and AI, or are these just different slices of a bigger pie? It might help to see intelligence not as a single dimension, but as a spectrum. IQ measures cognitive horsepower, how fast and accurately your brain can process information. EQ measures emotional and social understanding, how well you handle people and emotions. CQ measures cultural adaptability, how smoothly you navigate diverse norms. AI represents machine-driven data processing, how efficiently an algorithm can learn and predict outcomes. The real magic happens when these intelligences work together. A high IQ individual with strong EQ can both solve complex problems and lead a team without creating chaos. Add CQ to the mix, and they can work with anyone, anywhere, bridging cultural divides. Meanwhile, if they leverage AI, they can offload tedious tasks, analyze massive data sets, and focus on creative, human-centric problem solving. That's a recipe for truly transformative impact. But let's not pretend any one person can max out all these forms of intelligence alone. Some of us are more cognitively inclined, some of us excel emotionally, some are cultural chameleons, and some are tech-savvy. That's why collaboration is key. In a world that's more connected and complex than ever, the best results often come from diverse teams where each member brings a different strength. It's like assembling the Avengers. Everyone has a unique superpower, and together they can handle challenges no single hero could manage alone. There's a catch though. Our society still tends to glorify IQ. We have standardized tests that rank students by how well they memorize facts or solve math problems. We hire people based on their resumes, focusing on where they studied, what grades they got. EQ and CQ often get overlooked or assumed. And AI? Many people either fear it will replace them or ignore it because they don't see its relevance, until it's too late. The challenge is to shift our collective mindset to appreciate these different intelligences equally. So what can you do about it? Start by recognizing your own strengths and weaknesses. Maybe your IQ is solid, but you struggle with empathy. That's something you can work on. Maybe you're great with people, but freeze up when faced with complex analysis. You can partner with someone who excels in that area, or use AI tools to assist you. Maybe you've never traveled much, and your cultural awareness is limited. You can read, watch documentaries, or connect with people from different backgrounds to expand your horizons. The future of intelligence isn't about dethroning IQ, but about dethroning the idea that IQ alone defines your potential. We're complex beings living in a complex world. Emotional intelligence can keep us human, cultural intelligence can unite us, and AI can supercharge our capabilities, if we use it wisely. The next time someone brags about their test scores, you can smile and say, "That's great, but how are your EQ, CQ, and AI skills?" They might just give you a blank stare, or maybe you'll start a conversation that leads to a whole new understanding of what it means to be smart. We're at a point in history where we can redefine intelligence for ourselves. It's not just about how well you do on a test. It's about how you connect with others, adapt to different cultures, and harness the power of machines without losing your humanity. The real question is, which kind of intelligence will you choose to cultivate? Because in the end, that might make all the difference.